What's up, everybody? Once again, it's Uncle P in the house, in the Fortress of Solitude. First of all, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I appreciate all your big ups. What's up? I appreciate all your emails, all your comments, even the comments that really didn't agree with me too much. Hey, look, I dig disagreement. I'm a shit starter. I'm an antagonist. That's what I do. I go in, I find out what the hell ticks you off, and then I just keep poking at it. Alright, that's what I do. So it's all good if you disagree with me. There was a real fervor started up about my wife, which is kind of funny. It's okay. It's fine. I've heard it all before. You know, I'm 37 years old. I've been married for 10 years. I've heard it all before. All of it. So, you know, I'm not upset about it. But let me tell you this one thing that's not true. A lot of people said that, you know, referring to me, that when I finally got on, I went and got a non-black woman, and that's totally not true. Quick story: back in 1999, a big hurricane hit North Carolina. It was called Hurricane Floyd, and we lost everything. I mean, absolutely everything. I didn't have a job. I didn't have a place to live. The car was done. I mean, I didn't have clothes on my back. I didn't have anything. And I had $20 in my pocket. $20 in my pocket about 3 days from the flood. And we were hungry, and we went to this, I think it was Golden Corral, maybe not, some other restaurant. And I'm sitting across the table, and I'm looking at her, and I said, you know what? Maybe you ought to go home back to your family until I can figure this out. And she looked me dead in the eye and said, I know what type of man I have. I know you're going to take care of this. And that was it. That was it! I'm telling you! That was it. I knew right then and there. I knew right there that this woman is going to stick around when I don't have shit. I didn't have, I'm telling you. Things were so bad. At one point, I was so poor that I used to have to go, in order to take a bath, I used to have to go over to this gas station and take a bath in the sink, right? And it was one of them really shitty, fucked up gas stations. My girlfriend at the time, my wife, she was going through grad school, so she was staying in the dorm. I was staying in the apartments, and the only thing I could afford was rent. I couldn't afford water. I couldn't afford electricity. The only thing I could afford was rent, and I could barely afford that. And I used to have to go to this bathroom to, do my S's, my 3 S's: shit, shower, and shave. And the bathroom was just always fucked up. Like, I think this wino guy used to, shit on the floor or something, and it got so bad. I just went in and I told the lady, look, can you please give me some cleaning supplies so I can clean? I will clean this every day. And she gave me the cleaning supplies. So that was my part-time job. I used to go in there and clean the bathroom every day so I could bathe. So, maybe some brothers, when they was broke, they had the sisters, and then when they got money, they, upgraded or whatever y'all call it. But I'm telling you, that woman been with me since I was fucking broke. So that's the only thing I'm gonna check you on. The rest of this shit, I'm not gonna address. I gives a fuck what you think about me. I don't care. I didn't wake up this morning not black, and when I die, I'm gonna die black. So I don't care. If you agree with what I say, don't agree. If you do agree, hey, let's talk about it. I'm telling you, I dig a conversation. Ask anybody that knows me. I love a conversation, and I like a conversation, especially when we disagree. So anyway, I'm gonna answer a couple of emails. Whoo, man, y'all. Hey, listen, let me say something about that. Okay, my wife told me I have to watch my cursing because she has this idea that kids watch it. Man, okay, I will try. But I'll try. Okay. Man, y'all sent a ton of emails. I can't answer all the emails, and some of y'all got some serious stuff. And let me say, I appreciate you, bearing your souls. I do. And look, I don't have all the answers, and I'm not going to pretend to. But I'm going to give you my best opinion. And that's all it is. It's opinion. You can agree with it or not. You can like it or not. But man, you know, a couple of y'all, and this is not a joke, maybe y'all want to seek some counseling, some serious professional help, because, you know, I'm a firm believer that you can get some good advice from people who are separated from your situation, who are removed from the same position that you're in. I believe that. But some of this stuff that you guys are writing me is some serious stuff. Let me say this. If you're in a relationship and somebody's hurting you, it's easy for me to say, get out, right? It's easy for me to say, just leave. That's the easy thing. But it's also the right thing. Pack your shit and get the fuck out. It's not love if a man is beating on you. It's not him sharing his you know, it's not the only way he can let out his emotion. None of that, all that's fucking false. Okay? He might love you. But, you know, this is serious. Get your shit, pack the fuck up, and leave. Don't stay. And it's the honest to God truth. Okay? Alright,
Joe. My first letter comes from a young lady. I'm not going to read her name. And your letter was really long. Hey, you guys, if you can keep your letters down to bite-sized morsels, I probably could answer it better. But, you know, her letter is something to the effect that, and I can't, you know, I got to break it up because it's very long. Excuse me. Okay, she was with a dude. Dude got her pregnant. He was there in the beginning and then he wasn't. You know, how many of us have heard that story? You get with a guy, you think you love him, you get pregnant, you have his baby, he's there in the beginning, and then he's not. Right? How many of us have been through that? Now look, I'm a firm believer that a lot of this issue is because of men. And I believe that. I believe that the responsibility of us as men is to lead our community. Don't send me letters thinking I'm just going to be on your side just because you're a woman. Some of y'all are stupid. Alright, first of all, sister, you got pregnant by one dude, and this dude, I mean, you trying to get him locked up. Every time you talk to him on the phone, you cursing him out, and you think that's helping the situation, or you think that's going to help your child. It's not. And something else you wrote in your letter that, okay, you let him around your child, but he just leaves the child with his moms. Alright, so bet. Fine. It might not be the ideal situation, but time with your child's father is always better than no time. And if dad picks the baby up and takes the baby to grandma and then bails off, and then at the end of his visitation time comes back and gives you the baby, so what? That's time away from his father that the baby wouldn't always have. And I'm trying to get you to think big picture. Your only concern is your son safe? Alright? And you know, you're right in there, his crackhead uncle, okay, motherfucker's a crackhead. Unless the uncle's doing crack around the baby or sitting right next to the baby, you know, there's probably some people in your family do some crack too, you don't know. I'm just saying, a child, any time that a child can spend with his father is better than not. Here's what, and I'm trying to think of what university did the study, but here's what they found out. They found out that children who have, you know, a big study about children who have their fathers, children who grew up without their fathers, and children who had what a so-called good man was in their life. And what they found out is that even fathers who have those qualities that we consider bad qualities, drug dealers, crackheads, whatever, those kids fared better than the kids who had a good man in their life. And what they found out, of course, is those children that were raised by their fathers, not visitation, not picking the kid up every Wednesday, I mean by their fathers, fared better than all the other groups. And what that means is you cannot replace a father. You can't. So what you have done, my sister, is you have found you a new boyfriend, got pregnant again by a motherfucker you ain't married, get ready to live in with this motherfucker and talk about that he's going to be a good man for your child. I mean, come on, man. I mean, your whole letter was really, you looking for affirmation. You're looking for me to say, hey, good job, sister. No. Alright? The dude that gave you the first child, dude's a piece of shit. right? He's done a lot of things that he shouldn't. He's not being a man. He's not stepping up to the plate. He's not being a father. He's not being strong. He's not being intelligent. That's great. But neither are you. You're being stupid too. Both of y'all motherfuckers stupid. You think I'm not gonna call you stupid? You pregnant again? Again? I mean, come on. You didn't learn from your first mistake. So what I'm supposed to do? Like, be your homeboy? No. I'm sorry. If you're wrong, you're wrong, and you're wrong. The first time you had a baby, things didn't work out, right? Okay. Why would you do it again? Why? So please don't think I'm gonna hug you and pat you on your head and be like, oh, it's my sister, girl. No, you wrong. Here's what I can tell you. I can tell you, don't have this man pretending to be the father of your first child that's not his, and pretending to be kind of the husband of the second child that is his. Alright? If this dude respects you enough to give you his sperm, he should love you enough to give you his last name. You need to stop thinking that love can be found in a penis. Okay? I mean, for real. Stop thinking that you're going to go out and find a substitute for baby number one. Alright? You already said it. So this is me saying what you said. You're a baby mama. And now you two baby mamas. You know, get some self-respect about you. Educate yourself. You walking around, now you've been used for two different men. There's an issue that you need to work out. Anyway, that's my take on it. Good luck to you. Dear Uncle P, I have a few questions. I'm a 19-year-old virgin. Contrary to popular belief, we do exist. Okay, alright, pretty cool. And every time a guy wants to talk to me, the question comes up, are you a virgin? Of course, I tell them that yes, and that's the last time I ever hear from them. I also have to meet, I have met older guys around my age who are still virgins as well. That's cool, but know what to do with themselves. I'm not sure about what that means. They're still virgins, but they know what to do with themselves. But okay. Recently, I had to stop talking to one of them because I got tired of doing all the work, such as being the one to start up the conversation. My question for the guy who asked, are you a virgin? Question, should I talk around the subject or simply say not get into that right now? What would they think of you? And also for the guys who are still virgins, should I be patient and wait for them to come around? All right. First of all, great that you're a virgin. It's good. That's awesome. That's outstanding. In this day and age, it's a rare thing. Actually, I myself waited until pretty late to get my first piece of that juice. Whew. And then lost my mind ever since. But okay, first of all, the virgin question. What you should say is, it's none of your business. Point blank, it's none of your business. If someone asks you that question, I don't care if you're a virgin or not. It's none of your business. Though some things you share with, that certain special somebody or tight friends that you do thick and thin, your ride or die homies. If a dude asks you you're virgin, none of your fucking business. Suck ass. Go away. What would they think of you? Who gives a shit what they think of you? Really? My dad used to say, never care what people... My dad used to say, don't care what people say about you, but always be conscious that people are watching. Okay? Who cares what they say about you? Understand that people are looking at you for how you carry yourself, but who cares what they think about you? And that question is, so what? And the guys that are virgins, the same thing to you. If you meet a guy that's a virgin, so what? It's none of your business. None of that should determine on how you relate to a person, how you talk to a person. That interpersonal communication. If you are a virgin, stop putting so much emphasis on either on your side or the other person's side. Because on your side, it's none of their business. On another person's side, it's none of your business. And that's my take on it. Alright, this next one is from Nicole. Hey, Uncle P, I'm 19 and have been with a man for over, wow, that's on me. That's it. She actually wrote this really good. That's on me getting all tongue-tied. Let me try it again. Alright, hey, Uncle P, I'm 19 and have been with a man for over a year-long distance. Oh, no, it wasn't me. It was her. We tried it one more again. Alright. Hey, Uncle P. I've been with a man for over a year. Long distance. Alright. I used to stay in Miami and moved up to Montreal 2 years ago. And I knew him ever since I was down there. We went to the same high school. Alright. We quickly became friends, and he was always there giving me advice when my relationship started to go downhill. Of course he was. Eventually I came drawn to him, and after hesitating so long that I could never be with him, but right before I came here, I was dating another man and considered to be real close. Since I knew him since he was 7 years old. But he cheated. So we broke up. My man started to notice how paranoid I am, and it has become a problem in our relationship. Do you think it's okay for me to be cautious, or do I need to get over it and stop being so paranoid? I know all men are not the same, but being careful never hurt either, right?
Alright, Nicole, first of all, you're 19 years old. You live in Montreal, Canada. You live in a whole different country. He lives in Miami, right? Florida, if I got that right. I mean, yo, look, I'm 37 years old. My sister lives in Texas. Me and my sister are like this, right? I have a good sizable amount of disposable income. You know, I would show y'all all this stuff on the wall. I pay for all that stuff, you know, right? Got a little pocket change. Even I ain't got enough money to spend the time that I want to with my sister, and neither does a 19-year-old. Yo, this ain't the 50s. You know, back in the 50s, cats could do like long distance relationships and stay in love forever. This ain't this. What in the hell? There's no guys in Montreal. When you move, that's when you should have cut that relationship ties. Overly cautious, unless you see this cat 2-3 times every other month, the relationship was over the moment you hopped on the plane. And that's my opinion. Maybe your relationship is stronger than that. Forget overly cautious. Forget being prudent. What you need to do is break up, man. The distance is not conducive to a long-lasting, thriving relationship. And you're 19. You know how many dudes you're going to beat up? I mean, you know how many dudes you're going to have a relationship with before you find that one cat that's going to be yours forever? Stop hanging on a relationship for the sake of relationship. Ladies, that's a message to everybody. Stop hanging on to something just for the sake of having something to hang on to. Know when it's over. Alright? Of course, dude was there when you were having problems with your relationship. Of course. End it. If you probably tell everybody you're a grown woman. Be a grown woman about it. Recognize the relationship for what it is. Recognize the situation for what it is. And end it. Move on to the next one.
Alright, this next one is from Kayla. I like Kayla. Hey, Uncle P, how are you? Woo! I mean, that's what she wrote. Don't get mad at me. Alright. Hey, I really like my boyfriend, but he's the type of person who does not show his emotions, so I'm not sure of how he feels about me. I know he has interest in me, but he's like a robot. It's like there's no feeling, no emotions, and I really like him. Should I stay with him, which I want to do? And if I stay with him, how do I talk to him about how I feel and about how he feels about me? Alright, I guess I got something good for you. Alright, you know how I'm always talking about my marriage, right? Well, there was a time where, you know, I was never really the touchy-feely emotion type. It took me a very long time to just be the type of guy that just came out and showed his feelings. This was a good email in the fact that, you know, at least, and it was very short, so it didn't give me anything to work on. I don't see a real problem here. A lot of men are not the type of dudes. I mean, a lot of men are not going to just outwardly show their emotions. It's a man thing, and it takes time. It takes maturity. It takes you know, growth. It takes age. It takes wisdom. It takes a lot of that before us as men, even those men that were raised by men, can understand how to be open with those emotions. So, I mean, if you like him, like him. Just because you're the type of person that shows their emotions outwardly doesn't mean that he's going to be that type as well. So, you know, just roll on with it for a little bit. Enjoy the newness of it. Pay close attention to how he carries himself. And pay less attention to how he says you know, how he's feeling and how he shares his emotion with his mouth, and pay more attention to how he treats you. I mean, that's really point blank on it. Cause if he comes home or y'all hook up right, and he ain't, you know, he ain't saying too much. Hey, what's up? What's going on? And then everything you need, he's giving you. He's listening to you. He's attentive. He's respectful. He's honorable. He's truthful. If he's all that, but he's not saying it with his mouth, then you gotta keep her. Hold on to that dude. Anyway, that was a good letter. All right. Whoa. At least
okay,
that's what I.
This next one is from Nadia. Nadia, wow. I'm not laughing at the name. There's actually a girl named Nadia who just can't fucking stand me. That's why it's so funny. Anyway, dear Uncle P, I have a friend. His name is Michael. We've been friends for 5 years. He always has me laughing, and I love him as a brother. But then my other friend asked me what I think of him, and I was like, she was just asking. It took me around 10 minutes to get her to tell me that Michael likes me for more than just friends. And I was like, oh, I had a little boy crush on Michael 3 years ago. Little baby crush. Anyway, as a friendship. So I asked Michael if it was true, and he says yeah. You was like, I'm gonna call you back. It's been a month since that, and I've gone through another relationship. Michael is trying to talk to me. I just would like to say, okay, let's see where it goes, but he is a brother. Well, as a brother, the way he hits on me doesn't make sense, like a brother anymore, but in that sense. The only problem is a girl came up and she likes him. We are friends now, and she's always clinging to him, and I get pissed. She don't know I was going to get with him before she came in, so it isn't her fault. I get mad at me for saying yes, for not saying yes earlier. Michael didn't say yes to her because he wanted me. So she says she is broken. My ex is, alright, look, this is crazy. I'm not going to subject you to me tripping over your letter. This is crazy.
Alright, here's a deal, man. Look, like a brother shit is stupid. I mean, because, like, I have sisters, and I'm a brother, okay? Right? And as a brother, there's nothing ever, and then I have friends that I'm really cool with. And I guess they see me as like their brother. But if I was single, I'd be tearing that up. Okay, so that brother stuff is silly. And it's your fault. When you had the chance to holler at dude, you didn't. So sit your ass down. Stop getting mad. I mean, for real. The chance was presented to you. Mike was like, yeah, I really like you. And you ain't talked to Mike for a month. And now there's this other chick expressing interest in Mike. And now you upset. Okay? Should you say yes to Mike? I don't know. If this is the type of dude that you want to talk to, say yes to him, right? Are you wrong for wanting to pursue Mike? I won't say you're wrong for wanting to pursue him. I mean, if you really want him, go get him. But you should have got him when the chance presented itself. And what it seems like to me is you didn't want him when there was nobody else in the picture. But the moment he found somebody, now all of a sudden he's a desirable type of cat. That makes you stupid. So be unstupid and do one or two things. Either go express your true desires with dude, or leave him alone. Continue to still be friends, like homegirls and homeboys. Do one of those two things. Stop being stupid. Fix it. Alright. This next one comes from a brother. Hey, I like it when the brothers holler at me. Okay, he wants to be anonymous, so I won't read his name out there, and it's all good. It's just between you, me, and you, homie. Anyway, Uncle P. I've been talking to this chick I met online for a while, and I really feel like she could be good for me if we met up. She really likes me, and I like her. The only problem is she's 22 and I'm 18. But I told her I was 19 and I just turned 20. How should I go about telling her my real age? I don't want her to reject me because I really like her. But I feel as soon as I tell her how old I really am, she's going to diss me and not want to be my e-boo and hook up in person and not want to really be my serious girlfriend. I'm asking for a little advice on how should I handle this, because I know sooner or later I'm going to have to tell her. I don't look 18, I don't act 18. Do you think she will be able to take that in consideration and respect me? Or will she play me for a little kid like everyone else? Homie, I'm going to tell you up front. If you think I'm hard on these females, I'm really going to be hard on you. First of all, you fucking lied. You started off. Look. Everybody talks about, ask the question on whether or not you can fall in love or create a relationship be off of online communications. If you are honest and you're straightforward and you're honest about what you are and the person over here is honest about who they are, I think it can happen. I mean, what is the difference between online communication and when people used to fall in love with this and a piece of paper? But the key there is being honest, dog. You starting this shit off wrong. You automatically starting off lying. Okay? Look, I'm not gonna beat you up for the lying part because you already admitted that you're lying. But and then you go on to end your letter with, you don't look 18, you don't act like 18. Lying about your age is exactly what some insecure cat or some young motherfucker would do. So, yeah, you do act 18. May not look it, but you do act it. Now, how to fix that? How to fix that and to be unstupid is you come clean, dude. It's always better to come clean. A woman already knows if she's gonna fuck with you or not. She already knows. From the first time she really starts talking to you, that light is in her head, she already knows. Then it's up to you to fuck that up or not. And the longer you keep this lie going, the longer you're just going to mess it up in the end. What you need to do is be honest, give her the responsibility and respect to make an informed choice. To make an informed choice. And if you lied about your age, chances are you lied about something else. Come clean with everything and give her the chance to say whether or not she's going to let you stick around. And if she don't, be a man about it and then bounce. Chalk it up as a loss. Look, always start a relationship off with honesty, dog. Always, always. That's what a man does. A man says, here I am. That's it. Take me or love me. That's it. That's what a man does. Right? Yo, this next one's from Bria Washington. So, hey, shout out to Bria. How you doing? Can I be... Okay, her question is, what? Oh, can I be your YouTube uncle? It all depends, okay, on a couple things. Number one, how old are you? Okay? And number two, if you're unattractive, because I can only associate with unattractive women, right? I'm just being honest, because I love my wife. I'm crazy about her. 10 years, and when she walked past, I still be like, whoo, hey, ask my niece. We still be grossing people out, hit on a little booty. Oh, matter of fact, when I finish with this video, I'm gonna try to break myself off a little piece anyway. But, right? So it depends on how old you are, because a couple of you have grabbed my Facebook, which is fine. But I'm telling you, if you're not 18. I'm not letting you on my Facebook. And if you're just fine as all get out, I'm not letting you on my Facebook. So if you get on my Facebook, that means your ass is ugly. No, I'm joking, y'all. I'm joking. No, I mean, I could be your YouTube uncle. It's all good. Bria, shout out to Bria. That was a good email. Some of these emails were kind of, getting at me. Okay, this next question is from Shanice. What's up, sister? What's going on? She really had 3 questions, and I read your letter, and maybe my reply is going to. It was pretty long, and maybe my reply is going to help out with that. Your first question is, why do older men prey on younger women? It's because y'all younger women. Older men prey on younger women because for every one of y'all that swears to God that you're not 21, you don't look 21, you don't act 21, that's exactly what a 20-year-old says. And older men understand that. They understand your mental limitations. They understand your immaturity. They understand that there's a lot of things that you just don't know and you think you know, and they go after it. And it's really all to get some booty. And coming from the standpoint of an old fat dude like myself, there's something to be said for some young booty. So that's the reason why younger guys play on older guys play on younger women. I'm telling you, and you're not the first
young sister who, 21 years old, dated a 27-year-old. You're sure not. And, actually, I've seen 21-year-old girls date 30 and 40-year-old men. Swear to God, they're mature. To my understanding, and you guys may not agree with me, but if you're 25 or under, you are still a child. You're an old child, but you're still a child. And I don't give a damn, and every time I say that, someone comes back to me and says, I've been on my own since I was 15. Okay, you're an old child. You're a child who has mastered tons of responsibility, but you're still a child. And talk to me when you get 25. Talk to me when you get some age up. And age, okay, age is nothing but a number. What the hell ever. Age is not a guarantee on maturity. Age is not a guarantee on being an adult. But statistically speaking, the older your ass get, the more into adulthood you get. So, that's just my take on it. Anyway, that's why I hope that answers your questions. Number 2, do all black men cheat? Look, all men cheat. It don't matter what color you are. All men cheat. That's it. Number 3. Because in my head, all men are cheaters, right? And what does it take a man to be committed just to you? You know what it takes for a man to be committed just to you? It's for him to commit just to you. I mean, I don't know what it takes. Every man is different. I mean, first of all, if you're in a dating relationship, you're only asking for a certain level of commitment. I'm a firm believer in the sanctity of marriage, the institution of marriage, this historical connection of marriage. So, and I'm biased with that. So if I tell you, so anytime I talk about a dating relationship only goes so far. If your name ain't on that paper, then your commitment only goes so far. That's no guarantees. It's no guarantees, because if you look at it, the divorce rate in America is somewhere around 50 and 60%. So what that tells you is, if you get married, half the people that get married have half the chances of staying together. On the flip side, those who get into committed relationships and are unmarried have a 90% chance of failure. So you can either, I'm not saying get married so you can stay together, but marriage is 50%, non-marriage is 90%. You do the math. So there are no absolutes. As I always, people who know me always say, they know I say there are no absolutes, and there aren't. Nothing that you do is going to say you're automatically going to stick together. But marriage relationships, those couples stay together longer than those who are not married. It's point blank. Anyway, I hope that has. Those are all the questions that I could get to today. I hope I've answered your questions, and keep them coming. But before I go, I want to comment on 2 things, really. Number 1, weave. Some of that stuff is ugly, y'all. I'm sorry. Look, first of all, let me say, wear what you want, and don't let what you wear be dependent on what Uncle P or anybody else says. Your prerogative. It's your hair. It's your body. Wear what you want. I reserve the right to look at your ass and laugh. And I probably will. Last week, a lot of things were talked about, racism and whatever. Let me tell you, black people, we need to stop acting like we have the premium on pain. We need to stop acting like we can't be racist. Black folks can be racist too. And please, I don't want to hear the Sister Soldier comment that since we don't control anything in this country, that we can't be racist because racism is a system of power. To me, that's bullshit. We can be, and often are, very racist, very one-sided, very biased. Just because you're proud to be black does not mean that you cannot respect and honor another person's race or views. Stop pretending like we don't, like we have the premium on pain, like we the only people that ever struggled. Yes, black folks come from kings and queens, but so does everybody else. For real. I mean, be proud of who you are. Be proud of what you are. Be respectful of who and what you are. But don't think because of that means that you cannot respect someone else's views. Some of y'all know me from on a couple of the message boards.
My message is this. I'm tell you, there's two words that I don't use often that are a part of my daily language. I don't use bitch unless you piss me off. I don't use nigger. I'm not gonna walk up to you and be like, "What's up, my nigga? What's up, nigger? Ninja? Knuckle?" It ain't me. I'm not gonna do it. So if I call you a nigga, I mean it for everything. For every vile, disgusting, belittling, degrading, everything that it means, I'm calling you that. So niggas, shut the fuck up. Be respectful of other people. That's it.